Do-do-do-do. Back up in this bitch, yo.
Back.
Whipping the hand, wearing our mask and washing our hands. Cause COVID, corona up and through this town.
Need it.
Spray this bitch on down. Ooh, we are back. We are back. This is your commish. COVID survivor. I'm going to talk about it later. Tremendous G-Vibe. Along with Jay Sway of the GVO Originals. We are here. Week 10 recap, week 11 preview.
Yeah.
Got to get on the soapbox to open it up.
Got to.
Explain why the fuck we weren't here last week. Thank you for everybody that sent thoughts and prayers and shout outs and was asking about the episode. But yeah, motherfucking commish got COVID. I want to say I'm one of the most vigilant motherfuckers during this quarantine. Didn't go nowhere. Stayed my ass in. Only made essential trips.
Yeah.
Washed my hands until they, cracked and shit.
Right.
And still got it.
Sang the happy birthday song while you was washing your hands.
Oh, yeah. The long version.
45 seconds.
The long version. The Stevie Wonder version.
All right.
Double down on my mask.
All right.
But yeah, back. Glad that shit is over.
Yeah.
Just as I just said, wear your mask, wash your hands. Whether you're asymptomatic or symptomatic, get tested.
It's real out here.
If you find out you're positive, stay the fuck away from other people. Kind of that simple.
I'm actually, like I said, I'm actually gonna go get tested.
Yeah, please do.
Just to make sure, because that was a scare, man. I was worried about you in there.
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
But you're back.
Sorry. I'm back. You know what? I'll tell you this. For people who don't believe in this shit, no, it is not a cold. I'm a motherfucker who's had several colds throughout my 30 plus years of life. That shit was different.
Many colds.
I had no motherfucker. Look, I'm in the Midwest. I'm from Chicago. Only time I take a deep breath and it feel like it's glass in my chest, it's like a fucking Chicago winter. Felt like that Chappelle episode. I need a backiotomy.
A backiotomy.
I think I believe this out of my chest. Not to make light of the shit, but yeah, I got a lot of time to get some tweets off to kind of fix some of my fantasy football rosters. Mm-hmm. So, maybe I needed the vacation. Didn't want to have to take it that way, but did. Make sure you're following us on all platforms. Keep up with shit. GVO FFL on Instagram and Twitter. The website, gvofantasyfootball.com. Yep. And, of course, all of our mini leagues. Like, we've been, it's been a lot of trades going down in the GVO leagues.
Yeah.
You got a co-partner, co-manager in GVO 2 or 3? Which one?
Yeah. GVO 2.
GVO 2. Yeah, you got some help in the IDP. It was funny, the week you got your co-manager, you whooped my ass that week.
That's crazy.
Well, one quarterback.
I don't even pay attention to that league.
We're going to get you some help on the IDP.
I see you got me some help, man. I suck at IDP, y'all.
We're going to bring Jay Sway around on the IDP table.
Yeah. I need some improvement there.
Just a little bit. How you looking at your leagues outside of that one?
Oh, man. It's been rough, man. I've been taking on a lot of responsibility as of late. So yeah, it's been rough, man, with these last couple of leagues. But I'm strong. I think I'm gonna make playoffs in about half of them.
Okay.
So that's always good.
I would be remiss if I didn't highlight your performance in the GVO Originals, where you've been a kind of a playoff staple for the past few years. And it I have. Is that coming to an end this year? I've heard chatter of the rebuild.
I do think that I'm getting ready to attempt a rebuild in GVO Originals.
Yeah, make sure I swing them a nice big healthy
offer. So for everybody in the GVO Originals, I'm Jay Sway, and my team is BMF. I am looking at all trade.
All of them.
Yeah, because I just don't have the same scoring that I've had in the previous 4 years. Sorry. So yeah, it's just not there.
You know what? I'm not right about a lot of shit, but I told you that before this year. I'm like, homie, you might want to start flipping some pieces now.
You did.
The quarterbacks I knew weren't strong. You had faith, and rightfully so.
I did have some faith. It was misplaced.
Yeah, and, Jared Goff is not that guy.
Yeah, Deshaun looking real sus. So yeah, and I'm just not happy with the performance. I don't have a bad team.
Yeah, that's true. You don't have a bad team.
I also don't believe I have a great one. And that's what I'm trying to build over there. I'm trying to build a dynasty. So, yeah. So, everybody in GVO Originals, man, please, man.
I will be sending you some offers. You got some sexy studs over there. You got a late stage Julio. You got AK-47, and you got Kamara,
Yeah.
We'll see what type of offers you get this week. Cause I'm in win now mode, so maybe I'll go ahead and say you that future that you need. We're glad to hear that you're doing all right. As we look towards the playoffs, we're gonna give you some great insights.
Right.
We're gonna trim it back on the actual game recap. So we're gonna be removing IDP scores and anybody who didn't score over 12.5 fantasy points in PPR. They weren't, helping your team, so there's no reason to highlight them. We'd much rather spend the extra time we have talking about trade targets, dynasty prospects, more waiver wire coverage. So if you got questions, specific questions or specific players that you want us to talk about, make sure you reach out to us on any of those platforms. Visit the website, slide in our DMs, Twitter, all that good shit. So we can help you get to a championship or help your ass with that rebuild.
Right.
I tell you, I've been selling a lot of Will Fuller in my leagues that I'm rebuilding in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I didn't expect him to have this year, but the fact that he does, you got to kind of sell him high because a lot of teams are suffering injuries and trying to make that playoff push. So I'll sell him high.
Sell him high.
To preview something we'll touch on later.
Right.
Week 10 recap?
Yeah.
Let's get into it. I want to start off, if we may, with I think the upset of the week. The hapless New England Patriots over the Baltimore Ravens, 23-17.
It's crazy.
And I snatched the chain off of Baltimore's neck last week, T.I. style.
Yeah.
The fucking sky is falling. This is not a game that they should have lost on any.
At all.
Like, there's
at all.
New England hasn't done anything well this year. Run the ball, pass the ball, special teams, defense. Half the defense quit before the season started.
Yeah, they've been real. And I mean Baltimore. Baltimore been real pistachio.
Yeah.
The whole season. Yeah, man.
Useless.
So, just useless. Like
goodness.
So yeah.
Start off the bad story.
It surprised me, but it didn't. But
facts.
We got Willie Snead with 23.4 fantasy points.
Don't I always say that's the start to a bad story? Willie Snead
is leading.
Like, what the fuck?
With all that talent over there. Lamar Jackson with 21.5 fantasy points. Mark Andrews with 13 fantasy points. It's just not looking good for them.
No.
It's not looking good
Lamar
for them.
isn't looking good throwing.
No.
His legs will always be a threat, but
yeah,
defenses have caught up and found a way to just say, hey, if we make him throw, we'll have shit like this happen.
And you know what? I'm not putting this on Lamar. I'm going to be all the way honest with you.
Okay.
I'm putting this on Harborough.
Yeah.
He hasn't been able to figure out the running game. And I think that's 100% on him. If they lose in the playoffs, it's Harborough.
Playoffs?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's 100% on them. Like,
I agree.
I don't see anywhere else that they need to improve immediately except for that running game. And I feel like in the 10th week of the NFL season, they should have been able to figure something out, especially with the talent that they do have.
I agree. Let's just put it this way: in leagues where I thought Hollywood Brown would be my low end wide receiver 1 or upside receiver 2, I am not making the playoffs because
me as well. Me as well.
On the New England side, again, start off a bad story. Rex fucking Burkhead with 22.6 fantasy points. Why? How?
Come on.
Cam Newton with 16.8, and Jacoby Myers looking like the better quarterback on the team with just under 16 fantasy points. He, that wasn't just like one of them trick plays. I think I actually dropped that ball in a bread basket for Rex Burkhead.
Yeah.
Honorable mention, Damian Harris had a nice performance this game. Didn't get any touchdowns, so it didn't kind of ultimately help you. Like we said, he didn't clear the 12.5 point threshold. Mm-hmm. But he looked better. He is clearly the lead back in New England. Although they like to work in both James White and Rex Burkhead. So I don't know who has the best fantasy football value week to week. You just kind of got to roll the dice, which has been something New England historically has done. So hold on to both Harris, Burkhead, and White if you got them. But definitely trending up for Burkhead and Damian Harris.
For sure.
I don't know what to say about Jacoby Myers or Cam Newton, other than you probably don't want to be starting them if you're trying to win games and make a playoff push.
Yeah.
But that was that. The game of the week. The play of the year, in my opinion.
To be honest.
Arizona Cardinals 32 over Buffalo 30 in a truly exciting game that finished like 2 touchdowns by 2 of the top fantasy wide receivers in the last 35 seconds of the game. Had Buffalo march down the field. Josh Allen threw a nice ass throw to Stephon Diggs, who had 25.3 fantasy football points. Caught that shit in the corner of the end zone. You're thinking the game is done. Josh Allen, over 27 fantasy football points. Cole Beasley just shy of 28 points. Buffalo did what they needed to do to win. But Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins, magical. Kyler Murray,
it's a symphony.
To me, just him escaping the sack on that play, dope as shit.
Right.
Dope as shit.
And
to roll out and just launch that baby.
Like, and D-Hop with the BDE award.
Oh, yeah. You seen what he did with that ball.
Yeah. For right. The BDE is the Big Dick Energy Award.
Yeah.
That's definitely going to D-Hop for going up there in what, 3 defenders?
3.
Producer, put the clip on the screen here. Because
and we
3 defenders and grabbed it in the end zone. That's Big Dick Energy.
Yeah. And we're not talking about like scrub ass defenders. We're talking about Tre'Davious White.
Yes.
Perennial top 5, top 7 quarterback.
Yeah.
Jordan Poyer, top 5 safety.
Yeah.
I forget who the other guy was, but it was like they had their best guys over there.
Yeah.
And Nuke just went up.
Yeah.
And when he went up, the way he went up, it was like, nobody else is getting this. I got this. It was literally like they were practicing.
Right.
Beautiful. Poetry in motion.
Yeah. Great game.
Great game. Catch of the year.
Arizona lost last week, but I wasn't going to give them to Miami, correct?
Yeah.
The week before. Yeah. We weren't here to cover it, but I was going to actually come in here and say that I don't put too much tax on that loss. Arizona's a sleeper team, man. Super.
I don't even know.
And I don't even know if they sleeper.
Yeah, they're not a sleeper anymore.
But I mean, they might be a sleeper when it comes to the NFC. Like, no one's seen Arizona coming this year.
Right.
So I don't even want to call them a dark horse or anything like that. I
think dark horse is a good name for them, just because, like you said, like you saw the talent that was there, but you want to see what Kyler take that step forward. How they would fold DeAndre Hopkins into the offense, and just see if Cliff Kingsbury was going to be a better play caller and overall coach this year. Right. And they, when you say like, okay, they lost to a Miami team that's surging right now, so Miami is a lot better than we anticipated for them. They're going to be a playoff team this year. Right. They beat Seattle, who at the time we thought, punched their ticket into the NFC Championship game. And Seattle, we'll talk about them later, kind of falling off the wagon just a little bit. Yeah. So, I definitely think Arizona is going to make some noise in the playoffs. And if they're a team I don't think you want to face, because they have an explosive offense, and they have the one thing that Seattle doesn't have, and that's a very good defense with upside.
Right. So, Arizona's very scary going forward.
I'm excited for them. They're going to kick off Week 11 playing against Seattle. So that's going to be a good game on Thursday night. We hope. Fingers crossed. I hope they don't have that Thursday night bullshit.
Right.
Next up, Tampa Bay having a big bounce back after they got their ass smoked by New Orleans the week before, and beat up on their NFC South rival Carolina Panthers 46-23. Carolina again kind of underperformed, but gave us some okay fantasy performances. DJ Moore came alive with 19.6 fantasy points. Teddy Bridgewater got injured in this game. Just came in under 20 fantasy football points. Just meh. Yeah. Wasn't a big game from Robbie Anderson. Wasn't a big game from Mike Davis. I think they kind of performed the way you expected, given what we think about Tampa Bay's defense. Right. Tampa Bay didn't look great against New Orleans, but that was fucking New Orleans. Yeah. So hopefully better days and offensive performances from the Carolina Panthers. But, yeah, they're kind of, with McCaffrey out, you just kind of see that offense kind of just trying to get by. And their best isn't always good enough, unfortunately.
Yeah. Tampa Bay, they do this up and down thing. Shout out to Ronald Jones, man. Ronald Jones really just been putting it up. And, he's been looking Chris Carson-esque. With just not trying to go away and not trying to die. So, man, shout out to Rojo, man. He's doing his thing. Mike Evans a beast, of course. Man, when Tom gets in that mode and everybody clicks with him, it seems like, Tom is playing, when they do lose, Tom is playing to effort that the team is, I guess, expelling on the offensive side of the ball. Yeah. But man, besides a couple like dumb penalties, man, Tampa Bay played a great game offensively, man. So, yeah, man, this is what we're gonna expect from Tampa Bay. I keep saying Tampa Bay.
Why that's what they are.
Y'all keep making me
the
say
marketing is work.
Tampa Bay. It sounds so
That's
stupid.
what TB12 wants you to say.
I know, man. It's Brandon. They got me.
Got you.
They got me. But yeah, man, Tampa Bay is going forth, man. We gotta start on them.
I agree with you. This is the ceiling, and this is what the reason you drafted Mike Evans, Chris Godwin.
For sure.
And if you had Antonio Brown, this is why you're holding them, because this is the absolute ceiling for this team. When everybody performs, like you said, it's double-digit days for everybody. Yeah. Like you said, shout out to Rojo, because after he fumbled, a lot of people were excited, thinking that was going to open the door for Leonard Fournette. And Ronald Jones said, "No, let me rip off these 98 yards,
real quick,
pull away." That's the next gear that we talk about that David Montgomery ain't got. But we'll talk about your boy later.
No, we'll talk about him now.
I was just, one last point on that on Tampa Bay. Just if you're a Mike Evans owner, this is what you've been waiting for. More targets, more red zone targets. Gronk is still going to be a factor there, but you're still rolling out Mike Evans every week. You know, he's low end wide receiver one, but hell of an upside.
And with Chris Godwin, coming back, looking real nice.
Yeah, finger getting right.
Yep. Here we go.
I'll let you have it.
Minnesota with the Monday night game. Minnesota 19, Chicago 13. Let me just start. Allen Robinson, 10 fantasy points.
And you see, I said the threshold was 12.5, and I just put Allen in there because I love Allen. He deserves better.
He deserves better.
Goodness gracious.
He deserves better. He's
good God.
Yeah. It's rough, man. Bears Nation. It's rough. But this is what we needed. We needed all hope to be gone for us to really start this rebuild, man. It didn't work. We put together a great defense, y'all, but you need offense to win games. You need offense to win. We can't just put $1 million on the defensive side of the ball and think that we're going to walk away with a Lombardi. It's just not going to work. It's not going to work. All right? I love the Mac trade, even though looking back in retrospect, I feel like we lost. To keep it all the way real. It's just even enough for us to take the L. I'm going to just say that. With everything that the Raiders got from where we would have been picking at to right now. I was talking to my good friend, man. I was talking to Dion the other day. And I'm not going to spend too much time on it. It's not a Chicago Bears podcast.
Shout out Ness.
But yeah, shout out Ness, man. But I counted. There's literally 9 franchise quarterbacks that have been drafted after Mitchell Trubisky. Literally 9. Damn near 10. And I'm not even talking about, I didn't count Teddy Bridgewater, and the 10th one is Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? There has been 10 franchise quarterbacks that have been drafted.
Listen, why just type in Google QBs drafted after, and why Trubisky the first hit?
Yes. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Shit.
We lost that because literally the whole landscape of the league has changed since we drafted Mitchell Trubisky. All right?
Yeah.
It's been 10 solid quarterbacks that have been drafted. Like, it was 2 last year. Like, literally, since we drafted him, the landscape has changed. Now, deeper than that, we have no talent around, and we have some very, very shaky, and when I say no talent, we have no speed or no threats besides Allen Robinson. I know that everybody's saying, oh, they like Cordell Patterson. No, Cordell Patterson is not. No. He's not the answer.
You guys don't have a quarterback for the type of speed you got. Like, you need somebody that's accurate with a big arm.
Saying. That's what I'm saying.
And nobody.
But we also don't have the play calling to even match.
Yeah.
We cannot run the ball. Like, I'm looking at all the deficiencies that we have.
Like, with y'all O-line, why do you keep taking so many deep shots? Like, you don't have 7 to 8 seconds to set up anything to Anthony Miller or really Darren Mooney. Yeah. Use a speed over the middle. Allen Robinson always seems to be open for some fucking reason.
No, he's not. He's just that good of a receiver. The reason why Allen Robinson can't get any yards after the catch is because he has to put 1,000% effort into catching the ball.
Coming back to that damn badass ball.
Right. Coming back and twisting and jumping and diving and bending. And like, he has to do so much to catch the ball that, like, to ask him to put some yards on the end of that catch is...
Are you not entertained?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Real shit.
So I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but my Bears Nation, we needed this. We needed all hope to be lost. So
I don't think all hope is lost, though.
It is.
Not yet.
There's too many deficiencies.
Gee, look at this game. Look at this game. You guys only lost by 6.
Minnesota is a horrible football team. I'm not even going to. No. They're horrible. Literally. They have talent. They have Dalvin Cook. They got Jefferson. They got Thielen. They have talent.
They're not great at anything except Dalvin Cook. Yeah.
That's it. And that's just talent. Dalvin Cook would do that behind any offensive line. Dalvin Cook's that good.
Not the Bears.
Yeah. Maybe not.
I'm kidding.
But we have too many deficiencies. That line, our running back situation, our quarterback situation, our play calling situation, our wide receiver deep threat situation. Yes, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Bust the screen situation.
Yeah, like, and I don't even.
Got cooked, G. Thielen cooked the shit out of his ass. He put his ass in a blender like.
And bust the screen. We need to get that guy out the league. He has a great name, and I love the locks. But bust the screen. You can't cover anybody. You literally have been burnt.
He's a bum.
Yeah, he's been burnt. He's been burnt that I can recall this season 5 times. Easily 5 times. Just bad coverage. And quite frankly, I'm sick of it. So I'm washing my hands of this season as a Bears fan. I'm hoping that we tank. I'm hoping that we could try to get what? I don't even know if the kid from Florida is coming out, man. Is my quarterback from Florida coming out?
I don't know.
The guy that's in for the Heisman. I'm drawing a blank here, y'all. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all got Google. Go ahead.
Y'all not getting in them top 5.
No. We don't need to be in the top 5.
Trey Lance ain't going. You don't have a shot at Lance. You don't have a shot at the kid out of
Fields. Yeah, we don't got a shot at none of them. Yeah. We get it.
Trevor Lawrence.
No, we know that. We trying to get just somebody who can throw the ball and could just recognize a defense, could read a defense. I'll take that. Give me an arm. Give me somebody who could throw left.
Y'all should get Kirk Cousins.
Oh my God.
Look, we've given Chicago all they needed. Switching to Minnesota side.
Switching it up.
Kirk Cousins came in nicely, got his first win on Monday Night Football against a really good, actually bordering on great defensive performance, and got just shy of 18 fantasy points. Dalvin Cook on a bad day still gave you double digits, over 15 fantasy points. He didn't look good running. Y'all did what y'all needed to do. Monsters of midway, but just not enough to contain the receivers, which I was surprised at. Justin Jefferson over 100 yards, really just to me the number 1 rookie wide receiver out of this class with 21.5 football points. Adam Thielen again. I think his first touchdown against the Bears in like a decade or some shit. Yeah. Came in over 20 fantasy points.
Yeah, great touchdown, by the way.
Yeah, excellent touchdowns. Great day for Minnesota. This is probably one of their tougher defensive matchups, and you still saw a strong day. I don't think this is an indication of things, going forward with Kirk Cousins. I don't think you really want to start him even in a 2 QB league, but I think this is Justin Jefferson's floor because this is an excellent defense, and he found ways to get open.
I'm looking forward to Justin Jefferson the years to come. I really am.
Same.
Going forward, man. Pittsburgh over Cincinnati.
Ooh.
I'm glad I wasn't here last week to say that, because I was actually gonna say I was taking Cincinnati in this game, just because I thought they were gonna surprise us. But
they tried.
Yeah, they tried, man. But since we got T. Higgins here with 22 fantasy points, and that was pretty much the gist of it over there, fantasy wise. Pittsburgh, man, had a day, man. Of course, man. Ben Roethlisberger, I sat him because I thought he was gonna, he didn't practice all week. He was questionable. 29 fantasy points for Ben Roethlisberger. Deontay Johnson, man, good to see him back, man. 23 fantasy points. Juju with 22 fantasy points, and Chase Claypool with 21 fantasy points. Whew. What can I say, man?
That's what you love to see.
That's what you love to see.
Only name missing you would have liked to see James Conner get in double digits, but when you got 3 wide receivers that put up those types of numbers, it's hard for the running back to get fed to.
Can I say it, man?
Do it.
I am looking forward to them and
Chiefs?
Kansas City. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking forward to them in Kansas City.
It's gonna be a motherfucking
in playoffs
situation.
Yeah, it's gonna be because I wouldn't mind seeing any any of these teams go against Kansas City, either them or Buffalo, for the AFC. So
yeah,
I'm excited, man. The AFC's I'm really excited for AFC playoffs coming, and I'm liking what everybody's doing.
Yeah.
I'm liking what everybody's doing.
Yeah, I already revised mine a couple of weeks back last episode. Safe put the Steelers in there. That's gonna be immovable, unstoppable force meets immovable object.
Yeah,
that Steelers defense look like the truth.
The
reason we can't even mention Joe Burrow because he got ate up too many fucking times.
Yeah. Swallowed.
Yeah, they're a formidable defense, and they hungry for it.
Shout out, man. And we say it every week, man.
Get Mike that king his crown.
Man. Yeah, give Mike Tomlin his flowers, man. Moving on here, man. We got Las Vegas Raiders, man, over those Denver Broncos, 37-12.
Nobody on the Denver side we need to talk about. Shit blank. You want to try to see if it was something. Don't even make nothing up. They're fucking fucks. Nobody over there is relevant. I'm sorry, Jerry Jeudy, that you had to, waste your rookie season with this bullshit. Your boy Buzz Lightyear is not that guy. He got his ass injured again. Yeah. You know what? They say those who do, those who cannot do teach. And I think it works reverse. Like, if you are a great quarterback, maybe your ass shouldn't be evaluating quarterbacks, John Elway. This motherfucker, except for getting Peyton Manning when this motherfucker was looking for a home, he ain't hit on shit. Get that motherfucker. I mean, get him the fuck up out of there.
To be all the way honest, I mean, he's drafted a few.
Brock Osweiler.
Yes, he's drafted a few quarterbacks. I want to make sure I'm accurate on here.
I can't even remember the other motherfucker that he just drafted last year. Short hair.
No, well, they traded for the Minnesota backup.
Case Keenum.
Case Keenum, right?
God, what was the last one they just?
I'm trying to think. Did they draft another quarterback? Well, I say this. For Drew Lock being like the second quarterback that they've drafted, we can't.
He's a bum.
I don't think he's a bum. I just think.
Didn't they draft Tim Tebow too?
Bum. No. Did he draft Tim Tebow? Elway was that?
Yeah, I think Elway was that when because the coach was McDaniels.
Yeah.
Motherfucker Jeff Driscoll.
Oh man.
Yeah. This is fucking fucks over there.
Yeah, maybe Elway gotta chill, man.
Yeah, get him out of here.
But you know what? Elway really looks like a horse, man. So it's like it fits.
It fits, yeah. That's his town.
Right. He's been a Bronco so long. He really looks like Mr. Ed.
He do.
Yeah.
He really fucking does.
But yeah, man, Denver, they got a lot of work over there. Yeah. They got a lot of work to do over there.
Rebuild time.
Yeah, definitely. But they got a nice little nucleus with the run, not the running back. I'm sorry. With the receivers.
Yeah.
I think to build some around them. Going over to Las Vegas, man, we had Josh Jacobs with 29 fantasy points and Devontae Booker with 21 fantasy points.
Big revenge game. He showed Denver what they missed out on letting him go.
Yeah,
because he runs great, and I think when we talk about waiver wire,
he was a side chick pretty much his whole career.
Oh yeah. Side chick that you really, you ain't talk about. You ain't take her out at all.
Right.
But he wanted to show them what they missed out on.
Yeah.
As far as if you're a Josh Jacobs owner, you should hopefully already have had Devontae Booker. But if you don't, definitely pick him up. If you got the bench space, this is the time of the year where you handcuffs to those top tier running backs are very valuable. When injuries happen, when teams just want to scale back and kind of rest their guys for the playoffs. Yeah, you want to be preemptive. So don't be a week late or 2 weeks late waiting for these guys. Already have them on your bench.
Right.
Detroit over the Washington football team in a nice close one. Big ups to Alex Smith returning to the NFL for a first start since his crazy ass leg accident. But Detroit came out victorious. And welcome to the NFL, DeAndre Swift. Came alive, got the lion's share of the carries this game, and many people predicted that he would have a breakout game, and that's what he did. 25.9 fantasy points in PPR scoring. Marvin Jones stepping up a lot recently with Kenny Golladay being out of the lineup and got 23.6 fantasy points, and Matty Stafford with just over 23 fantasy points. Really big game from Detroit. They looked a lot more efficient and smoother as an offense, just really leaning on Swift and letting him carry them. And he looked great. He looked good. I turned down a lot of offers for him. Actually on Sunday morning, people started getting reports, and glad for it now because I think he's a low end RB1. As long as they give him the lion's share, I think he's shown the talent already that he can overcome their obstacles overall as a team. I like Swift going forward.
I agree.
His rookie counterpart, Antonio Gibson, on the Washington side came through big with 22.5 football points. And he just keeps showing you again, like, why he's probably a league winner for the price that you paid for him in the startup drafts. J.D. McKissick came through nicely with just under 18 football points. Terry McLaurin shows you why he's a beast, why he's a captain, why he's the number one wide receiver in fantasy with just over 17 football points. With Alex Smith at the helm, who got 16 football points, fantasy football points. And I don't know. I don't know. A part of me wants Haskins to get back in there, but I don't know why, because Haskins hasn't, made everybody else look better the way Alex Smith and a combination of Kyle Allen.
Yeah, there's something missing there.
Oh, it's a lot.
Yeah, there's something missing there with. I just thought Washington was just like a really bad team, whatever.
Yeah.
No, they were actually in this game. They only lost by the field goal, walk-off field goal too, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Dwayne Haskins. I think that he needs even the college, Ohio State, Urban Meyer even said that he needs to be in a different system. It's just that system doesn't complement his what he likes to do well, and that's just what it is. But I mean, hey, they're pumping out more fantasy points now with Alex Smith.
Yeah, the floor is raised on everybody.
Exactly. So, yeah, I mean that's just what it is. Moving forward, right?
Cleveland.
I'm really looking at the score. I'm like, yo, this was really the score? Yeah. Cleveland 10 over Houston 7. I'm sorry, I paused. Yeah.
What? I was gonna say, are you a better? That's the same thing bettors, degenerate bettors, myself included, did when we saw Nick Chubb run out, 1 yard out from the end zone.
Oh, that was that game. That was rough.
Point spread 3.5, and we see what the final score was.
Right.
And this is really an ugly game from a fantasy standpoint. If you own Baker, if you own Jarvis Landry, if you started out Rashard Higgins, if you thought one of the tight ends would be valuable, nothing. This is, one of them gritty games where they just leaned on those two superstar running backs that they got, Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, 18.6 points and 16.2 points respectively, over 100 yards each, touches for everybody, catches, runs. They both look good, and I like that. Although Nick Chubb was clearly the one, Kareem Hunt still had tremendous value in this game.
Yeah.
And that's more points than everybody on the Houston side. Deshaun Watson led the way with 14.12 points. And just, Houston is who they are. They're in like a not even a quiet rebuild. They're in a very public rebuild. Oh yeah,
very public rebuild. They're getting ready to move some things around, and everybody pretty much can go except for Deshaun, of course. But it'll be brighter days for Houston, but it's gonna get ugly.
Yes,
it's gonna get ugly before it gets pretty.
It's gonna be a couple of years.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's why they locked him in. They're like, all right, look, we're just gonna move stuff around you, and
that's why I don't know why Deshaun would have you could have saw this, my brother.
Yeah.
As soon as Nuke went, you couldn't pay me.
The only reason why we say that is because we really look at Deshaun differently, and I think Deshaun is he's a good quarterback, but it's not. He's not enough to take over a game for the Houston Texans. He needs the right pieces to be in play for him to. I mean, he can't do what Aaron Rodgers is doing right now, or what Aaron Rodgers was doing without, Devontae Adams.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like turning, shit into sugar. He's just not that quarterback, and that's okay. I mean, it's only 3 or 4 quarterbacks in the league that can do that. So I think they're gonna just experiment for a while and see exactly what they could do with Deshaun in order to get him back where he needs to be.
Yeah. Because one thing you hate to see, and it's starting to smell a little Andrew Luckish in Houston as a Colts fan.
Yeah.
You just don't want to see a quarterback get so broken down mentally and physically. Because now the losses, like Deshaun Watson is a perennial superstar and winner at every stage of his career.
Yeah.
Now you getting fucking 10-7, and they really could have got shut out in this game. Yeah. I just don't want that shit to go to his head or his heart too much.
Right.
And you don't want to see the regression because you don't have a fucking play caller, you don't have an offensive scheme, you don't have a quarterback coach that's really going to get the best out of him and optimize him. Mm-hmm. So hopefully better days for Deshaun Watson, but I don't see it. Staying in the AFC South, my Colts victorious in a big way.
I hate it when I say that.
I know. 34-17 over the mighty Titans. Ooh, Derrick Henry. What? Ryan Tannehill. Who? AJ Brown. Huh?
Yeah.
Huh? We never heard of her.
Say what?
We never heard of it. Nobody. There's blank. Nobody on the Tennessee side cleared 12.5 fantasy points this week. So sorry, not sorry. Naheem Hines did what? 28.5 fantasy football points. Michael Pittman Jr., welcome back, young rookie. Just shy of 20 fantasy football points. And even old man piss poor Phillip Rivers, 16.32 fantasy points. And we looked good. All that defense looked so sweet. We knocking people down, stripping balls, putting fear in the defense on the opposing offensive heart. And just, one of the engines, offensive powerhouses, quote unquote, of the NFL got what? Shut the fuck down by my Colts. I don't need to brag on it too much longer, but we came in and did what we needed to do, and arrow turned out for my Colts.
It was a great performance. Okay, moving on. We had the
hater.
The Green Bay Packers fall to the Jacksonville Jaguars. 24.
No. I got that. They should have fell. My bad.
Yeah. No, they lost. I mean, they won, right?
Yeah, they won.
Yeah.
Green Bay won, 24-20, my bad.
Okay, yeah. I'm about to say, damn.
It was close, though. They should have lost.
Hey, I'm like Ron Burgundy. I just read what's on the prompter. All right? We had Keelan Cole on the Jacksonville Jaguars side with 15.7 fantasy points. And that was pretty much the height of what Jacksonville was doing.
I was surprised.
I was surprised it was that close, to be honest.
Fucked up my spirit. I laid 20 on them bitches.
Aaron Rodgers, of course, man, 25 fantasy points. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with 24.9 fantasy points on my damn bench. And Devontae Adams with 18.6 fantasy points. Aaron Jones showed up, of course, with 14.5 fantasy points. Is the MVS, is this real?
I don't want to. I can't believe in it because of how inconsistent. Like, we've seen this from Marquez before. Yeah. We know he's super talented.
But he doesn't drop shit. It's just he doesn't get the ball thrown to him. So is this trust from Aaron?
That's exactly what it is. They even quoted Aaron Rodgers.
It only took 3 years.
They even quoted Aaron Rodgers during this telecast. They were saying, like, what did he say? When they say they don't really have a true number 2 out there because it's not anybody he can really rely on with consistency, whether it's injuries or performance. And they says Marquez doesn't lack anything but confidence. Ooh. So when your quarterback says that you lack confidence, that means that he don't feel like if he throw the ball and give you a chance that you're gonna go up and be a dog and take it.
Yeah. Not from a physical standpoint.
Not from a physical standpoint,
mental.
Like you could go get that ball, but you gotta want to go get that ball. I see people, and you kind of see that even with Marquez, the big game that he had today. You saw somewhere he,
big target, man.
Yeah, big, fast. Yeah. Seems to have good hands, but you know if you don't have the rapport, because Aaron Rodgers don't.
It seems like and like I said, I don't have the last 3 week stats. Like right here.
Let me see. Let me.
Well, let's for you. Yeah. Let's producer.
To your question though, I don't.
He's been flashing.
That's exactly what it is.
I know for a fact he's had a touchdown the last 3 games.
He's a flash in the pan to me, and it's based on history. Like I've seen, Scantling, MVS have the opportunity be the quote unquote guy before, and just not just put it all together and be consistent. Like he'll have these blow up games like 25 plus fantasy points, 100 plus yards, long touchdowns, and then go 3 weeks where he gets you like 3.8 points or some shit. And if it were earlier in the season, I'd say, roll the dice to see what you could get away with. But this part of the season when you're in the thick of things, you're 5-5, you're fighting for that last playoff spot or two. Yeah. I just I would hate for somebody's historical numbers to pan out. And it's like, well, see, I told you so, Let me get week 9. Yeah, double digit back-to-back weeks. Yeah, coming off some long plays. And, you're glad to see him doing that with, 17.3 in week 9. You like seeing him do this when, especially in games where Devontae Adams is going crazy, because it kind of lends more credence to your claim, like, hey, maybe we could lean into this. I'm just scared too.
Yeah, I am too. Afraid. And I'm an owner of MVS. A long time owner.
I would say personally, if I had him, which I don't have him in a lot of leagues, but if I did, I would be selling high.
Yeah.
Ship him off to somebody who wants to believe.
Oh, you hear that, GVO Originals?
Come and get it.
Come and get it.
Week 8, to your point, he got 2.3 fantasy points. So
right.
Yeah, up and down. But sell him if you can. Hurry up and sell him. Another surprise game, in my humble opinion, Los Angeles Rams upset the Seattle Seahawks, who are on a slide. What the fuck? Yeah. 23-16. Nobody of relevance on the Seattle side performed well. DK Metcalf was manned up by Jalen Ramsey, and you know what? DK was open for a few, and Russell missed him, but most of the game, Ramsey kept his ass in check. No Chris Carson this game, of course. Russell just didn't look like himself, multiple turnovers. Yeah. So nobody cleared 12.5 points, so we don't have anything to say about him. Yeah. On the Rams side.
Are you a bit scared before we jump over into the Rams? Yeah. Are you a bit scared for Seattle right now?
Mm-hmm. As I sip my tea. Mm-hmm. Child. Yeah. Because the ceiling, quote unquote, falling, or London Bridge falling for Seattle is what this offense is doing, because they can't lean on their defense. They don't have a defense that's going to,
correct,
make any stops or get the ball back for them, or is opportunistic. With Jamal Adams in there, that does make some difference, but he's just one man, honestly. You see pressure getting to Russ a lot, receivers not maybe getting separation, or him kind of just making some throws that he kind of got away with earlier in the season and facing better defenses. It's like, no bueno.
I think Seattle has had like a little bit of a rough stretch with just stuff not going their way, and I think they haven't been prepared for their respective opponent. With that being said, I do think the days of the Rams doing dumb shit is coming to a close. I think they're getting it really down to just Jared Goff fucking up. I'm for real. I think they're tuning their defense. They're doing stuff offensively. They're doing stuff to run the ball good. They're getting it down to where, like, look, we want everything that can go wrong to be corrected, because Jared Goff's going to do enough just to fuck us up a bit. If we could get it down to just Jared Goff fucking us up, we can win games. And I think McVay, that's KYP, man, just knowing your personnel. And I think that McVay's doing that at a very, very high level, under the radar.
It's looking a little bit, not Patriots this year, but Patriots historically, where you kind of, like you said, we playing everybody's strengths. Really the true hot hand approach. You saw all three running backs again. This dreaded fucking three-headed monster. Everybody got involved, but
it's like you want a piece of the points.
But which one? Whose line is it anyway? And it's like, no, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. Please stop.
Yeah.
So Malcolm Brown and Darrell Henderson led the way in dynasty leagues. You still want to hold on to Cam Akers and hope for his rookie breakout to kind of happen the way DeAndre Swift happened. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But it might not be this year. So just hold them, or shit, if you can sell them, and get some good value back, do so. Are you leaning in on Josh Reynolds?
I am.
Because in the past 4 weeks, he is being out-targeted. He's receiving more targets than Robert Woods.
Yeah.
And giving more fantasy production, honestly. So 17.4 points in this game. Low-end flex.
Yeah, I would I don't know, I because he's been so and what was the snap percentage at?
Let me get that for you. Let me get snap percentage.
Producer, we need to get an intern here. That just
GVO fantasyfootball.com or
please
GVO FFL.
We would love
at Gmail. Yeah,
if you're interested, we would love an intern to come around here.
I get the specific numbers. He's definitely out.
But I feel like I am seeing him more. Like, not even just like I'm just seeing him more on the field. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't know what you know. It depends on how your team's made up, of course, at this time of the year. I really don't like experimenting at this time of the year. I feel like whatever got you here, got you here. But I mean, hey, if you need, you know, something that might flash, especially with the Rams schedule going forward, I'm throw Reynolds in there, man. I mean, what
upcoming schedule for the Rams is Tampa Bay, at Tampa Bay, San Francisco, Arizona, New England. The New York Jets kind of in that second or first week of the fantasy playoffs, and Seattle to round it out for like.
I love all those matchups besides maybe Belichick.
Yeah,
like, to be honest,
that's a big maybe.
Yeah.
Josh Reynolds' snap percentage the last 4 weeks, less thereby, is 83, 74, 81, and 80. Yeah. Targets respectively for those games is 5, 8, 9, and 10 the last game.
Yeah.
So yeah, you like that.
Yeah, I love target share. That's pretty much what I built my whole team like around. Like, so if I see somebody getting 8, you know, and I'm a receiver. If I see a receiver getting 8 or more targets a game, I want them. I want a piece of that. You know what I mean?
And Robert Woods, by comparison, stayed at 90% or above, and 3 of those last 4 games. In this last game, 80% target share. 80% snap percentage. He dropped down to.
Right.
And you see his a lot of fluctuations. Even if you examine the entire year, you see Robert Woods the past 4 games, 10, 5, 8, and 6. So to that point, he may be on the field, but he's not being involved in the route. His number ain't being called.
Right.
So things to watch out for. Robert Woods, you know, who was kind of like that solid wide receiver 2, with possibly wide receiver 1 upside in PPR leagues. You seeing him kind of not so much take a back seat, but you're seeing his role in the offense being cut into as they lean into Josh Reynolds, especially with the tight ends being kind of inconsistent and out in recent games.
But like I said, with that schedule that you just read off,
you better hope.
Yeah, I think that I think that offense it's brighter days for that offense fantasy wise. I want to say that.
I concur.
And going even their playoff picture, just talking about actual like football, man. The Rams, I mean, they can make a strong case, man. They can make a strong case.
They better get jiggy with it.
Yeah. So you know, just a little food for thought going forward though. But what we got next here? Miami. Surging. Man, where are they on the power rankings?
Beating folks' ass. Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
Them fighting Dolphins beat up on the LA Chargers, which is, seems like everybody's favorite thing to do lately. 29-21. Miami, they say no running backs, no problem. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Salvin Ahmed.
Never heard of him.
I don't know if he was called up from the practice squad or he was undrafted, but he has been a top 20 running back in PPR the past 2 weeks. So hopefully you already got him on your roster, because that's going to be somebody that carries you into the fantasy playoffs. He got 16 fantasy points this game. They made Jordan Howard a healthy scratch again in his game, and then released him, I believe, Monday or Tuesday. So
got him out of here.
Got that son of a off the field. On the other side. Actually on the other side. On the same side in Miami, Kalen Ballage. You used to be a Kalen Ballage truther, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
15.2 points.
Yes.
On the Chargers side, my apologies. He is with the Chargers, and a little bit of a revenge game.
Right. Yeah, I was a Kalen Ballage when he was in Miami.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Just you just 2-3 years late. Mm-hmm. We all didn't really understand the Adam Gase effect at that time, but now we know. Yeah. When you're away from Adam Gase, you do great things in life.
He's a huge man.
Over 15 fantasy points, activated and signed off of their practice squad, elevated, demoted, back, elevated again, and he's going to have a role in this offense whether we see Austin Eckler back this year or not. Mm-hmm. I think that Coach Lynn just likes his playing style, and when we thought that he might get some competition from Joshua Kelly, no.
Yeah.
Tremaine Pope, no. Kalen Ballage is that man, and
go get him. I
think if you need to get him on the waivers, spend that budget. If somebody else has them, like maybe a team that's not making the playoffs, they had a higher waiver priority or more fat budget, I would make a move for him. I would make a move, especially if you see him on a team that's not a contender, because especially if you want to win now, you might have to go ahead and sell out and get him. Justin Herbert, just shy of 21 fantasy points in this game. Another strong performance from him, but ultimately comes up in a loss. I think you're safe to play all your charges going forward. And I think Tua hasn't really elevated the fantasy football offense of the Dolphins as much as he has the real life. I think he just is a good game manager at this point. And I'm not sure if the way that they're trending and looking to make it to the playoffs that they're even going to try to push him to throw, to kind of even play back comparison, be Justin Herbert and, multiple 300-yard games and multiple touchdown games. I don't think they want Tua to do that just yet.
Right. I agree, too. I think that, I don't know if this is coaching or just the way it's schemed up, but they're playing totally different style than what they did with Fitzpatrick. And it amazes me. Yeah. It amazes me. It amazes me that they totally switched up their offense to like kind of tailor what Tua can do. And I think like Tua still has the training wheels on.
Oh, yeah.
He hasn't even been put in a position because everybody has elevated the play, but he hasn't even been put in a position where he had to just go ham, like and win the game.
Nope.
All these other rookie quarterbacks are put in positions immediately.
I gotta go out there.
I gotta go out there and try to, what I mean? Try to put one in there.
I'm not sure what about Tua. Maybe in practice he looked better, and the defense just really got inspired more with him. Yeah. But that defense has been playing lockdown, and they really are, giving him multiple attempts with the ball. Like, hey, multiple possessions. Yeah, like don't fuck up. Just run and
take it easy.
Simple, make passes, and his accuracy helps.
Yes.
So if he only got to do 15 passes a game, go 11 for 15, get one touchdown, but it's keeping offense on time and moving and progressing through. Yeah. I'm fine with it from a real life.
He's won three? The 3 starts?
I think 3 starts.
3 starts. Mm-hmm. So hey, whatever they're doing is working, man.
Keep on cooking.
Yeah. Moving on here to New Orleans over the San Francisco 49ers, 27-13. And Alvin Kamara had him a small day. He had him a nice day, man. 34 fantasy points for him. Brandon Ayuk, man, I really like this kid. I really just want to see him get the ball from a quarterback. But 19.7 fantasy points for Brandon Ayuk, man. And he just looks dangerous. I like him. I don't know what year. What is he? He's not a rookie, right?
No, yeah, he's a rookie.
He's a rookie for real?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I was gonna say I want to see him somewhere in a system where it's a pass system because I like him.
I actually liked him in this offense. That's why I drafted him in a lot of the leagues because I'm like his speed is so good. Like I could just see him just catching these fucking jet sweeps. Just pitching okay, we faking the most and pitch it to this guy. Mm-hmm. I thought the 49ers. I thought Shanahan's scheme was a perfect fit for Ayuk. I thought he and Debo were gonna be some big bullies. Just catching the ball at the 5-yard slants and fucking taking it to the house. Yeah, injuries, yeah. I don't know who the fuck the 49ers pissed off in the Cosmos, but shit, pay him.
Yeah, I want to know what that stadium was built on.
Talk about it.
The patriarchy.
Yo, they owe somebody. They got some bad juju over there, man.
For sure.
Brandon Ayuk may be coming back not Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuel, my apologies, should be coming back this week in week 11. I don't know how much of a difference that's going to make just because Nick Mullins is still going to be at the fucking helm or CJ Beathard, whoever they decide to pull out of his. But I think you start both of those guys just because of the offense is going to be either no pass or quick tosses and passes, short slants to them. So I think that they have some potential, but you just want to be mindful of the matchup because they're going to always be down. This San Francisco team, despite their best efforts, is just meh.
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara does what he needed to do. Big news out of this game was Drew Brees getting probably that might be the last game he played this season.
Because we had 2 shifted ribs.
5 in total. 5 cracked ribs and a punctured lung.
Yeah, a punctured lung.
Or as they say, collapsed.
Collapsed lung, yeah. Which sounds, wow. Sounds painful as shit.
Very painful. If you haven't already, Stephania Bell had a very good explanation, was very in-depth with it. Basically, Drew Brees came into that game with 3 cracked ribs on one side, but just didn't know it. He got hurt in the previous game. In this game, he got 2 more cracked. And when one of them cracked, it punctured that lung. So what it does is it makes it very hard to breathe.
Of course.
You know, your ribs are protecting those internal organs. So when them hoes cracked, it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, so I don't even know why he was on the sidelines. I give it up to professional athletes. Y'all be really trying to have some fucking grit. Yeah. I'm crying into the locker room.
Anytime I think about like cracked ribs, I immediately think about Salt Bae when he cracks those lamb chops.
Yeah. Imagine that shit floating around in your chest.
Is that fat? But I'm just thinking of like, that's what I picture.
That's what your ribs look.
Right.
Like a rack of lamb. Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. So when he cracks it with his hand, I'm like,
I've never been that hungry, but now I'm thinking about it now. I'm not going to say.
Hey.
I see it. Pull a straight bone out.
Right.
That's some good eating.
But yeah, man. I want to get well soon to Drew Brees, man.
And let's go to a Brazilian steakhouse.
But yeah, man, Jameis is backup starter.
Taysom Hill combo is now coming to a studio near you.
Yeah. But when this happened last year, when Teddy stepped up, the whole Saints stepped up, and they were able to pull out a couple wins during that like 5 or 6 week stretch that Drew Brees was out. But good thing for Alvin Kamara owners, they're gonna take Taysom Hill out of all that dumb shit that he does. That
you hope
they are, because they're gonna need him. You know what I mean? He's the only other like a quarterback
he's
there.
Gonna be the backup.
So like last year when Teddy was out there, Taysom Hill totally disappeared because they needed him just in case Teddy went down.
But Teddy and Jameis is like polar opposites. Like when you think of like the good child, like that's Teddy. He just come in the house, wash his hands, his homework.
Hey, Jameis got LASIK.
Jameis threw a pick in this game. The motherfucker's only in for 38 seconds. Yeah. The surgery did not work. I saw
botched.
It. Yeah. That motherfucker got Botox in that eye. And not the LASIK. He just said, he in the next. Yeah, I'm worried. If Jameis, and this is really his showcase for either the Saints or his next team, if he has a good showing and Taysom Hill come in here and throw this ball better than him, the motherfucker tight end, running back, linebacker flex combo for your team throws better than you. It's gonna be
Taysom Hill.
It's gonna be an indictment.
Well, whatever. Take Taysom Hill and put him back there so Alvin Kamara could get his red zone targets back up.
If you own Jameis, obviously I don't think you can afford to probably not start him. But if you're in a position where he was really like a third or fourth quarterback on your bench and maybe 2 quarterback leagues, you maybe can sell him to the Breeze owner, get you a king's ransom for him too. I would rather hold him than sell him low though. So I would treat this like a first round pick because best case scenario, he's the fucking starting quarterback for the Saints the rest of this year and going forward.
Right.
Because this is it for Drew Brees.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Although we've come to the end of your road,
still I can't
we're gonna have to let go, Drew.
It's
emotional. What is it? Emotional?
What? Intern, right? Get us the words.
Oh, we have hit that age where we are forgetting the lyrics to songs.
It's all right. Somebody will remake it or something. I don't know. Cardi B.
Yeah, he out of there. Yeah. He out of there. I could tell when he was crying on the sideline. I'm like, damn, Drew Brees used to come back from a lot of shit. Yeah. That motherfucker again said, I can bleed this out of my chest.
You sick, man.
Joe, why the fuck are you standing over here with your helmet on?
You are bleeding this out of your chest.
You got a collapsed lung, my dude. Yeah. Take your ass in a locker room. What the fuck you sitting there for?
Yeah.
On the sideline just looking sad. No. Get your ass in the back.
Yeah, you need to go get somewhere and sit down, man.
5 cracked rib.
Yeah.
You're a whole crazy SG for that.
Ain't that much.
Ain't that much fucking football in the world.
Masculinity in the world. Right. It's none of that.
Look, what you say? You half woman? You better let that half out.
Right.
Help me.
Moving on to the
last
New York
and
Giants.
least. Oh, I'm so fucking tired of the NFC East.
Oh my God. Can we skip them? Yeah,
they won by.
Yeah, we just send the whole NFC East up to the Canadian Football League.
It's so bad. I think the Eagles lost this game. Looked terrible doing it, and I think they still in the lead.
Yes, at 3-5-1, yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, 3-5-1 the Eagles, and they are leading their division.
That's
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's an abomination right there.
It's nuts, man.
It's like how have y'all lost this many games? Like like when you look at the NFC East standings, it looks like they lost more games than they like has been total play. Like I know it's been 10 weeks, but it's just like it's been 5 for the rest of the league, and these motherfuckers just get 2 losses every week.
Yeah. They fighting the average. They fighting the league media.
Yeah. Shout out to the media. That's the reason I got to win this week.
Hey, I got a loss this week fucking with the median, man. Beat my opponent, lost.
Sorry.
It's all good. But fantasy-wise, it was a couple little flashes here. Nancy's son, a.k.a. Daniel Jones, with 22 fantasy points. Wayne Gallman with 19 fantasy points, showing a lot of grit out there. And Darius Slayton with 14 fantasy points. Yeah. I mean, Wayne Gallman runs hard, man.
Yeah.
He's been running hard lately since I just been paying attention to him because we've been forced to watch the Eagles.
Right.
But I mean not the Eagles, I'm sorry, but the Giants or the NFC East.
Both of their bum ass.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Wayne Gallman, man, I think like if you need something going forward, just a little something on the running back side with any injuries or anything going on, I think Wayne Gallman's a pretty good pickup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You probably already, depending on what size league, you probably already had him, but he's definitely, I think, at worst, maybe an RB3 with some upside going forward. I think even when Devonta Freeman gets back, he showed enough to tell us that Wayne Gallman is the better play.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think you can really rely on any of the Giants wide receivers.
No,
they should not with any level of consistency, and that's a shame because I think they're very talented, but I don't think despite Slayton's showing in this game, I don't think this double digits.
Yeah,
is what
get him a
gonna...
Fashion Nova code. Yeah. Moving over here to the Philadelphia Eagles, man. Boston Scott, man, 14.5 fantasy points, and Miles Sanders with 13.5 fantasy points. It seems like Miles Sanders had more than that, but he did.
I feel like something got called back in this game. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Maybe it did. Maybe it did. But yeah, no, Miles Sanders. It looked like he just was, in every play.
He looked good coming back. He looked good coming back first game back from injury.
Yeah. So shout out to Miles Sanders. But yeah, no.
I think you think this is his floor or ceiling? You think better days?
Miles Sanders?
Yeah.
I think his usage is going to definitely go up as the weeks go by.
But what about that offense? It's gonna be anything. Yeah,
it's just like
he get 100% of nothing.
Right. It's so stale. So
Carson Wentz is not that man. We keep seeing it.
Not at all.
The regression is.
But I mean, they're leading the damn division.
Because
even with the loss this week,
the division is shit.
Yeah.
This was the first game.
And Daniel Jones literally did the same thing he did to him a couple weeks back. And
that motherfucking RP like. Y'all don't know that this run play option?
Y'all don't know that he can run?
Yeah, get him going this way. And you want to hit that gap. And this motherfucker got a lane. A bowling lane.
A bowling lane. Like nobody even next
if
to
Daniel Jones jukes you should not be a professional football player anymore. I'm not saying you can't go do something. I'm not finna say I play defense in football and I fucking let Nancy's son juke my ass. Like, nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
All right.
No.
Yeah. Well, he did it again. And he made it to the end zone.
To the house, yeah. House stairs.
Shouts out to Nancy's son, man.
On the Philadelphia side, this was the first game where Carson Wentz had, I think, the majority of his pieces. Like Rager was out there healthy. Right. Goddard was out there healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Sanders is back. Scott is in the mix. And he still looked like shit.
Yeah.
Fulgham is still alive. Like, yeah, he just brings down every aspect of the offense being good. It's him.
I don't know if he just wants to get traded or what, but I don't know. It's weird.
It's beyond me. I mean, if you got Miles Sanders, you probably can't afford to bench him. Who knows with the rest of those pieces? I think Goddard should be solid going forward, and Zach Ertz has been activated to possibly come back from IR. So at some point over the next this week or probably next week, we'll get more information on whether he's actually going to be returning to play. And they need all the help they can get.
All the help they can get. All right. Well, that was our Week 10 recap.
All
right.
Quick break and then bring it back for Week 11.